see how traditional cooking is being kept alive, Ching and I are headed to a backstreet restaurant in one of the Hutong districts, old neighborhoods that have survived the city's often brutal modernization.
This looks quite dodgy. Are you sure it's here?
We're meeting a chef who returned to the capital after the reforms. He's been responsible for preserving what I think is Beijing's greatest culinary tradition, Peking duck.
I think in my lifetime I've cooked perhaps 10,000 ducks.
10,000?
Yes. I'd like to see how they make it traditionally.
Chef Zhang Liqun has turned his family home of 50 years into this restaurant, which he runs with his daughter. Peking duck is to the Chinese what champagne is to France, and Beijing is its birthplace. It dates back to the Yuan dynasty of the 13th century, when it was reserved exclusively for the emperor's table.
Well, the secret of Peking duck is it has to be crispy skin, no fat, and moist meat. And if you don't have that, it's not Peking duck.
Chef Liqun has studied the 700-year-old techniques of the imperial court kitchens.
这个当顾客吃到我烤的鸭子好吃，哎，我就特别高兴。
The first step is most important, to separate the skin from the fat.
It can inflate so that when it roasts, the skin can roast separately in this layer of air while the fat melts.
And renders.
And renders and keeps the meat moist. That's the secret of Peking duck.
And how I do it is use a bicycle pump.
I've always...
It's really easy to do, and it does it instantly. It's quite a cool thing.
But Chef Liqun is a firm believer that the old ways are best.
Oh, he does it by
blowing into it.
blowing into it. Wow, I've never seen that done before. By mouth.
OK，
The Peking duck, it's a type of mallard duck with white feathers. The species is important because of the skin. This is why this skin is very important. You can't use any type of duck. It has to be this type of duck that works. It can inflate better, and it's the amount of fat that it has in it.
But in a new health-conscious China, there's a growing demand for a less fatty bird. Now over half of the ducks consumed are reared from a super lean breed of Peking chick imported from England. With the entrails removed, boiling water and sugar syrup are poured over the duck to tighten the skin. It's hung up to dry for 4 hours, and then it's ready to roast.
It feels like parchment paper. It's essential that it's that dry.
所以烤多久呢，师傅
1个小时 ，1 hour。
1 hour. Duck over the flame. And
That is beautiful.
beautiful, isn't it?
Oh, it's so beautiful.
主要在北京，就是枣木、杏木、梨木、桃木。
Because it gives it it's got like a lovely fruit flavor.
When I came to Beijing in the 80s, I had Peking duck. I was very disappointed. And I went into the kitchen, and there were a lot of young chefs who did not have his expertise and knowledge. This man is passionate.
谢谢 ，Thank you。
Chef Liqun's passion has survived not only the Cultural Revolution. He battled to save his restaurant when the 400-year-old neighborhood was threatened with demolition to make way for new apartment living. Only a third of Beijing's hutongs still exist, and the living conditions here can be pretty primitive.
What was your Lu experience?
It's communal. God, there was no privacy. no segregation at all. Everyone's equal here.
Right.
After an hour of roasting, our duck is ready to eat. Wow, I can smell it. Smells
And you see all
lovely and
the
smoky.
steam coming up. Slice
Look
it in
at
the
that
middle.
skin.
Oh, my mouth is watering like crazy.
The ritual is familiar to people all over the world. A dab of sweet bean sauce, a couple slices of duck, spring onion and cucumber, all wrapped in a wafer-thin pancake.
确实是。
That is delicious. It's aromatic.
好吃。
It's juicy. The skin is crispy.
I've eaten so many Peking ducks all over the world, but this is the mothership.
谢谢，
谢谢你保存的这个传统的，就是北京烤鸭的这食谱这么好，让我们今天有这个幸福能吃到。
我做这个烤鸭也很不容易啊，文化革命，种地。像我这种情况，北京有几十万人，那个时候生活很艰苦，吃饭都有时候都会成问题。我到了北京，我就认为北京没有艰苦的工作。
It's like a human epic.
It is.
That he's gone through all this hardship to arrive, and this is our story. And I think he embodies very much what China is about. It's not about complaining.
No.
It's about looking forward.
Yeah.
Don't look back.
Yeah.